Okay. So good evening all the students of Goa who are preparing for this exam called Goa SSC for the post of ASI and various posts under Goa SSC. So last time I took a topic called ratio. I have sent a worksheet also on Telegram channel. So today I'm going to conduct another session, concept of that called averages. So average is a very important topic under arithmetic. Here in average, we have to understand two things. First is average and its concept, and second is weighted average. Average and weighted average. So both will understand what is average, what is weighted average. Certain things you have to keep in mind. Sometimes you can get the question, answer of the question without using pen also. I mean, you can using options, you can get the answer. So first, understand what is an average. So average is also termed as mean. Average is also called mean. Also called mean. Where the formula for average, short form is AVG, is nothing but sum of all terms divided by number of terms. Whatever terms are there, sum of all the terms divided by number of terms is the formula for average. Now, for example, there are n terms. Now, n can be any number. So, let's say n terms are there, x1, x2, and it goes up to xn divided by n because number of terms are n. Let's say average is A or AVG. So, this is the formula which you have to remember for average. Now, in this, certain things we have to keep in mind that if we increase each term by k, that means if I increase each term by k, see, I'm not adding some another term, I'm just increasing each term by k plus x2 plus k, xn plus k, and divide by n. Why? Because I'm not changing the number of terms, and divide by n. So what will happen to your average? So average will also get increased by k. And if I decrease each term by k, your average will also get decreased by k. Same way, if I multiply each term by k, that means k times of x1 plus k times of x2 plus k times of xn divided by n, your average will also get multiplied with k. And same way, if you divide each term by k, provided that when you are dividing by k should not be equal to 0, because when you divide any number with 0, the number itself is not defined. Anything divided by 0 is not defined. So that is first thing about average, should know. Second is, in this whole thing, try to understand what average is. When I say average is mean, what does it mean? Suppose there are four people, one has 4 students, one has 10 chocolates, second has 12 chocolates, third has 14 chocolates, and another also has, let's say, 14 chocolates, right? So although initially they have different number of chocolates, one has 10, one has 12, 14, 14. And if we have to find out the average of this, average is summation of all this. So 10 plus 12 plus 14 plus 14 divided by 4. 28, 38, 48, 50. 50 divided by 4. Let's take some number. Let's say take 20. 20 and this will become 60 divided by 4 will give you what? 15. So when I say average is 15, what does it mean? It means on an average, each individual has 15, 15, 15. So now if you see this is 20, which is 5 more than average. This is 12, this is 3 less than average. This is 1 less than average, this is 1 less than average. Right? So that means this person has extra 5 and these 3 together have 5 less. So this will give 3 to this, the same individual give 1 to this, and this will give 1 to the fourth person. So in that case, since this person has given his 5, so he is left with 15. He gave 3 to this, so this will also become 15. This person gave 1 to this, so 14 plus 15, and this will also 15. So average is 15. Now what does it mean when I explain you this? That means if you have 4 numbers and average is 15. And if I add another number which is 15, if I increase each term by 1, 1, 1, right? So initially average is 15. If I increase each term, let's say make it 16, 16, 16, 16 and divide by 4, the average will also be 16 only. Why? Because I am increasing each term by plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So average will also get increased by 1. I hope this part is clear to all of you, right? You can pause this video and take a note of it. The next thing which we have to understand it, right? Suppose if I say there are 4 numbers and the average is 15, right? 15, 15, 15 and 15. And let's say fifth number, if I take 15, right? If I take fifth number as 15, so average won't change of these 5 numbers. I'm adding another number which is also equal to 15, so average won't change. But if I take another number, let's say 20, so average will change in this case. One method is you add up all this value and then divide by 5. Or else, understand when this, so let us understand this whole concept with one example. Suppose there are 4 students in a class and each 4 student has 15 chocolates with them. All of them have 15 chocolates. And let's say E also come in this class. But if E is coming with 15 chocolates, average will not increase. But E is coming with 20 chocolates. So when he sees that in a class he is entering, the average is 15. So he is unbiased. So he will also keep 15 with himself. Out of 20, he got 20. He keep 15 with himself and then he is left with 5. And he decided to divide this 5 equally among all the students, including himself. So 5 means he will give 1 to this, 1 to this, 1 to this, 1 to this and 1 to this. Thereby making 16 is the average. So new average will be 16. So if there are 4 people, average of 15, another person enter into this room with 20 chocolates. So now each student will have 16 chocolates. So average number of chocolates with each person will be 16. So I'll take one example so that you can understand it. I will do conventional method also, and I will also do one conventional method, and the second method which I'm going to do is shortcut. So for shortcut, you have to still, it will not come very easy. You have to start thinking in mathematical terms. Then you will be able to answer the question. So the question is, a class of 20 students has an average age of 15 years. If the age of teacher is included, then average of class increases by 1. Average of class increased by 1. That means initially if the average was 15, now the new average is 16, increases by 1. So as I told you, there is something called conventional method. Conventional method, that means methods which we have used in school, which is should know, but you don't have to use this in exam, right? So what is the conventional method? So in this case, how many students are there initially? 20. So I'll write x1 plus x2 and x20 divided by 20 will give you the average, and average is how much? 15. So write 15 here. So when I cross multiply this, see, this is sum of all the students and divide by number of students, 15. So when you multiply 20 with that side, so it will become x1 plus x2 and this will become x20 and this is 300. Mark this as first equation. Now this is your first equation. Now what is happening? Teacher is also coming into this class. So when teacher come into this class, so now we write x1 plus x2 plus x20, and now teacher is, let's say, T. So now 20 student and now teacher, so total number of people will be 21 and the average increases by 1. Average increases by 1. So if you solve this, again you have to take it to this side, and this will be x1 plus x2 plus x3 and x20 plus teacher, and this is 336. When you multiply 21 with 16, so it is 336. Now x1 to x20, if you see, is already given where in the first equation. So in first equation, x1 to x20 ka value is already given as 300. So write 300 here and write the age of teacher, and this is 336. So the age of teacher is what? 336 minus 300 is how much? 36 years. So this is called conventional approach of solving a question. Nothing wrong, well and good. I mean, if you do not know how to solve a question by using tricks, you can use this method to find out the answer. But I'll tell you another method, and to understand another method, I'll take some example. Right? Same question, but instead of age, let's take the number of chocolates. So initially, a class of 20 students has an average number of chocolates is 15. Let's say each student has 15 chocolates. So when I say average is 15, I'm just writing that each student has 15 chocolates. So 15, 15, 15, and there are 20 students, 15. And let's say teacher is here. Now tell me one thing, if teacher enter into this class with 15 chocolates, the average will not change. Right? If teacher enter into this class with only 15 chocolates, then the average will not change. But teacher is coming with some extra chocolate. And because of that, the average is increasing by 1. Right? So when teacher enter into this class, she realized that all students has 15 chocolates. Now teacher is an unbiased teacher. So what she will do, she will also keep 15 chocolates with her. And then remaining chocolates she will distribute equally among the student, such that each student will get one extra, including herself. Increases by 1. If it was increases by 2, she would have given 2 to all the students. So here she will do what? She will give 1 to this, she will give 1 to this, she will give 1 to third student. And how many students are there? 20 students. So she will give 20 chocolates to 20 students, also keep 1 with herself. So initially she kept 15 with herself, and now she distributed 20 plus 1, 21. So 21 she distributed. So how many chocolates she came with? 36. Now replace 36 chocolates with years. So now see, we'll get the same answer, but without lifting your pen. I mean, that question you can do it mentally. Right? Such type of question can be done mentally. You don't have to go by long methods like these. This is fine, you should know, but then you don't have to use it. Right? Please pause this video and make a note of it. Now, I'll just make a small change in this question. That means instead of, just make a small change in the question. Let's say a class of 20 students, a teacher has an average age of, let's say, 16 years. Now, if the average age, or say if the age of teacher is excluded, now I am excluding. If the age of teacher is excluded, then average of class, let's say, decreases by 2. The average of class decreases by 2 years. So find the age of teacher. Now again in conventional method, earlier it was plus t, now you have to do minus t and then solve the question. I'm not going for conventional method because you can form the equation, get the answer, but if you do too much conventional method, you'll not be able to do shortcut. So understand 20 student and a teacher, all of them have 16 chocolates. So 16, 16, 16 and so on. 20th also student 16 and teacher also has 16 chocolates with. Now because teacher gets angry and she decided to go out of the class, and when she decided to go out of this class, she took 2 chocolates from each student and then only the average is decreasing by 2. So first she will take 16 with herself and now she will take 2, 2, 2, 2, right? So now she is taking 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 from all the 20 students, not with herself because she already took 16 of herself, and taking 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 from each. So 2 with 20 students, so 2 into 20 is 40. So 40 she took, 16 she already took earlier, which is equal to 56. So what is the age of teacher? 56 years, right? She took, so 16 she kept and then 2 into 20, which is 40. So that means 56 years. So 56 years is the age of the teacher. Pause this and please make a note of it. And pause this video and make a note of this. Next is weighted average. Weighted average. So what is weighted average? There is a formula for this. First, let me take an example to make you understand this. Suppose in class 10th, in a school, there are 2 sections of class 10th, let's say 10th A and 10th B. And it is given that the average marks in maths for class 10th A is, let's say, 25 marks, and let's say this is 30 marks. Out of 100 marks, 200 marks, does not matter. It is found that average marks in maths is 25 for class 10th A and 30 for class 10th B. And it is also given that number of students in class 10th A, let's say 20, let's say 30, right? So class 10th A has 20 students, and class 10th B has, let's say, 30 students. Now let us try to understand something from here. First of all, what is weighted average formula? The weighted average formula is P1 Q1 plus P2 Q2 plus P3 Q3 and so on, divided by Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 and so on. So here Q is called quantity. Here in this case, this is Q, and average is called P. P is also called price sometime when price is involved or price based questions are involved. So in this question, the weighted average, if we have to find out, if I have to find out weighted average, so it will be P1 Q1. Now this is P, so values under P is called P1, P2. Now this is P1, let's say P2, this is Q1 and this is Q2. So P1 is what? 25 into 20 plus 30 into 30 divided by 20 plus 30. Now 25 into 20 is 500 plus 900 divided by 50. So now this will be 1400 divided by 50. 1010 cancel. 5 to the 10 and 4 5 8s are 40. So 28 is the answer. So weighted average has come out to be 28. Weighted average is nothing but equal to 28. Now observe something from here, right, and all this thing. few things you have to make an observation here. So in first case, the average is 20 and second case average is 30 and you write weighted average somewhere between this, right? So understand your weighted average will always lie between the given values, right? The given averages. Given averages are 25 and 30. So this 28 will lie between 25 and 30. No matter how many students you take here, it can never cross, can never be less than 25, can never be more than 30. It will always lie between 25 and 30, right? So you should not take 0, right? This value should be greater than 0 and this should be also greater than 0. Then it will always lie between 25 and 30. Now, second thing, if you see, your weighted average is closer to what? 30. So if your weighted average is closer to 30, if your weighted average is closer to 30, like this is one average, right? So this is your weighted average is closer to 30. That means more number of people are taken from this class. Now this is section A and this is section B. See, more number of students are taken from here. If I make this 40, right? If I make this 40, the average will shift toward more to that side. Let's see, we want to check it out. We'll do that. So now we'll do 25 into 20 plus 30 into, let's say, 40. I'm just increasing from 30 to 40. So that's why I'm writing 30 into 40. Now denominator is 20 plus 40. Now this is 500 plus 1200 divided by 60. This is how much? 1700 divided by 60. Cancel. 6 2s are 12, 5, 6 8s are 48, 28 and then 2, 6 3s are 18. So 28.3. See, average has shifted more toward 30 or not? In this case, weighted average. So your weighted average will always lie between 25 and 30, always lie between this, right? Second thing, in this question, even though students are not given, if ratio of students are given, ratio means you can write 2 and 3, you will still get the same answer. Why you will still get the same answer? Because in that case, your weighted average will become same, 28. How it will become 28? See this. So in this case, I will write 25 into 2 plus 30 into 3 divided by 2 plus 3. So this is 50 plus 90 divided by 5, which is 140 divided by 5, which is equal to 28. So 28 is the weighted average which you will get here. See. So this is your weighted average which you'll get. Now, third thing is, if first average, second average and the weighted average is given to you, so then you can find out the ratio of student. See, you cannot find out the actual number of student if more data is not given, but you can still find the ratio of student in section A and section B. So if it is right 25, this is 30 and the weighted average is 28. So you take the difference of these two and write it down here, and take the difference of these two, write it down here. This is section A and this is section B. See, section A, if it has 2 students, section B will have 3 students. So 2 and 3. Section A and B has how many students? 2 and 3. So this is weighted average. So what if we have one more section? So in that case, you cannot use this formula. I mean, direct formula cannot be used. You still have to go by this method only. But mostly they'll ask you a question like this only. The students who are preparing for Goa SSC, focus on this whole part. Today I have sent one worksheet on Telegram channel for ratio. You finish it and then start asking the doubts. So one day I'll be keeping a marathon class for all of you. You have to come to Panjim Center. Let's say once we are done with 2-3 topics of quant, then I'll call you. Then once we are done with 2-3 topics of logical reasoning, I'll call you. And within 2 days, I'll prepare the study material for you guys to finish it. Right. So now, I hope the theory part of average and weighted average is clear to you. Right. So average is a very simple chapter. Very simple chapter. You just have to use that shortcuts, and for weighted average, there are 2 averages are given. Use this method to get the answer. Right. So today evening I'll be sending another worksheet for average, where I'll be basic worksheet. Initial worksheet will be very basic, so you can finish it off, and then once we are done with that, then I'll give you the advanced worksheet of average. But for that, I need you to finish that basic average worksheet. Okay. Right. I hope this part is clear to all of you. So we have average and we have weighted average. Okay. So we'll take up more questions on this tomorrow. I'll be sharing another video. We'll take up more questions on this and we'll finish it off. In the meantime, please finish ratio. Whatever doubts you have, you can send me on my personal number. Thank you.